This house was falling apart about 2 to 3 years ago. It had been sitting vacant in the neighborhood for a long time, and because of the great leadership of the Summit County Land Bank, it is now their new home and offices for their staff. And it's been a privilege for the Knight Foundation, which is the legacy of John S. Knight, to have helped to contribute to the project, and we're so excited that a ribbon has been cut.
Watching SGTV, Socially Good Television. This episode of Socially Good Television is brought to you by Summit County Land Bank.
Rebuilding the John S. Knight House is a really significant investment for this community, in particular West Akron. It's a significant investment that starts today but continues as we move forward, making investments in West Akron and helping to strengthen this neighborhood. We're really grateful that we had 300 people here today to help us celebrate the grand opening of the John S. Knight House. We heard from a lot of amazing people who all contributed to the success of this project, and we're really excited to be able to share this with the community now.
Nancy Hanks of the Preservation Trust said old buildings encourage people to dream about their cities, to think before they build, to consider alternatives before they tear down. Old buildings, she said, are like old friends. They reassure people in times of rapid change.
Well, I'm a firm believer in keeping as many old buildings as possible because that's all part of our history. My classmate, Cynthia Maglione Coleman, and I spent some happy times here, and she was, for years, was the guiding force that wanted to see that this house was saved. And somehow everything clicked and it happened. So I know she's very pleased, as I am as well.
I was a part of this when it really was the kernel of an idea. And for me to be able to see this come to fruition, the imaginations of the land bank and the impact that it's made, and then turning it into something where it's going to house the future. Their mission around creating healthy neighborhoods, this is an anchor and will bring new vitalization to this community.
I think Patrick referred to just the corridor of rich history that extends even beyond this corridor, but to this one specifically, I think it just reminds us of the great history that we have in this city. And so to bring that, almost a rebirth of the Knight family, who were so such a major contributors to the city, is an amazing feat.
We are thrilled, Summit County Historical Society, to bring the land bank to our neighborhood because they do so much already in Akron and Summit County, rising individuals up to be able to preserve their homes, take care of their landscape. And so we know that with their presence here, it's going to put a bigger emphasis on West Akron.
Well, I think what it really means to Meadows Construction and me personally is the opportunity to maintain the historic landscape of this city and this county and this region for future generations, and just to think back where we were for our past and where we're going in the future. And that's the work of the Summit Land Bank. I really want to thank our team and the team of the Summit Land Bank and its partnership because it was a challenging project, of course. You're working with a very old house. This historic home dates back to the early 1900s. And so you have a home that had fallen into disrepair. And if you just look behind me and you see it now, and you'll see it throughout this process, it was a lot of attention to detail, a lot of repairs that were maybe we didn't know about that came up during the construction process. And with a great team, you just face that head on and you work through it, and we have a great end result.
Well, my favorite thing about the work that I do is supporting the local artists community. So to be able to have a project where our job was to seek out the works of local artists to incorporate into this space has just been so much fun. And that's my favorite thing about the work that we do is we get to support artists through the work that we do.
So as county council worked on these projects to really make an impact, it's really important that we focus on all parts of Summit County, every township, village, every city, and every part of every city. So being able to invest in this partnership with the land bank and with the Knight House really means that we're able to invest in every neighborhood, in every community, and show love for the preservation of its history, of the people that built it, and of what the future of the community can look like when we all work together.
Today, the house that Jack built has been completely rehabilitated. For the first time in a generation, the luster of this house has returned for all of us to share. So I think Jack Knight would be delighted to see the house that he had a hand in designing being used for an agency that brings new development to the entire community. It certainly was one of his passions.
Thank you for watching SGTV, and remember to share this video.